Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with another video. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and let's get it cracking. All right, so this is an update on a story that I did a while ago. It's about a Canadian teacher, all right, a trans Canadian teacher with size Z prosthetic titties, all right? But according to recent documents that have come out, recent camera footage that has come out, this individual only puts on the size Z titties when he's in school. And ironically, if you guys recall, he teaches woodshop, all right? Now, no offense to the people who get offended by the pronouns, but in this video he is presenting as a male, so that's why I'm calling him a male. All right, so here it says trans teacher with Z-size prosthetic breasts dresses as a man outside of school, neighbor says, which is interesting because I thought that, you know, if you dress, I don't know, but anyway, let's take a look at this video. So yeah, I guess that was supposed to prove or show something. The only thing that it proved and showed was that he got in a car. So now here it says a Canadian teacher who made international headlines for wearing gigantic prosthetic breasts rarely wears them outside of school, raising questions about whether the vulgar costume is just an act. While parents have raged about transgender teacher Kayla Lemieux being allowed to wear Z-cup prosthetics in front of students, the shop teacher was spotted ditching the controversial fetishistic fashion after work and stepping out in public dressed as a man. He wears prosthetic breasts extremely infrequently, a resident of Lemieux apartment complex told the Post. He puts the breasts on to teach, occasionally when he goes for a walk or when the cops visit. Now here's my question, what are the cops visiting for? And right here he looks like Uncle Buck. You know what I'm saying? He puts on the breasts to teach, occasionally when he goes for a walk or the cops visit. So now what I'm trying to figure out again is, why are the cops visiting? Both ununiformed and plainclothes police do regular welfare checks at Lemieux's apartment after they received death threats, according to a law enforcement source. So, when they say after they received death threats, they're talking about this person and the alter ego. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says the Post obtained exclusive photos of Lemieux walking on a residential street in Ontario, Canada, without prosthetics on. So this is him without the prosthetics on, and as you can see, there's a dramatic decrease in chest girth. Okay, so now here it says the teacher, who until a few years ago went by the name quote unquote Carrie, left Ontario's Oakville Trafalgar High School this week wearing the gigantic breasts, a blonde wig, and glasses, but it wasn't long until the cartoonish clothing came off. After shopping at a department store and pet supply shop dressed as a woman, Lemieux headed home to get changed and emerged dressed as a man 30 minutes later. Lemieux then spent the afternoon in public wearing men's sweatpants, trainers, a gray t-shirt, and a navy puffer vest without breasts, makeup, glasses, or a wig. So there's him right there. So yeah, again, this is something that I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? These are all pictures of him. According to Lemieux's neighbor, who asked not to be identified for fear of backlash, the transgender teacher was first seen parading gigantic prosthetic breasts while walking along a busy road in their neighborhood last May. I was driving past and you can see the breast from so far away when you're driving, he said. He put the whole outfit on and just walked up and down Gulf Line. No bags, just walking. Everyone slows down because you can't believe what they're seeing. The neighbor has since seen Lemieux leave the complex dressed as a man, but more often as a woman. Pictures and videos of Lemieux sparked serious complaints from parents that someone with such an outlandish look was not suitable for teaching their children and was distracting them from learning. The attention it brought the school was also unwelcome, leading to bomb threats and heavy police presence on the campus. Enraged Oakville parent Selena Close told the Post, "I was shocked to learn Lemieux appears in public as a male." So now let me ask you guys a question. What does that say about him if he's wearing this particular outfit here with these attachments while he's teaching in school, and then when he's in public, he's dressing as a man? The school has been adamant in telling parents this is a transitioning teacher who needs to express themselves as a woman. I don't understand. Is there anybody that can help me understand? Because I don't. I'm not even trying to be funny. I don't understand this. Like, really, seriously. Take a close look at this picture. I don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. So now here it says Lemieux's appearance at school is unprofessional and offensive, and it has caused chaos in the school environment. I have an issue with Lemieux choosing to dress as a male because of how he appears at school has become very disruptive to the school. Now, let me ask you guys, if you guys were, in high school or in elementary school and your teacher appeared like how Lemieux appears, would you concentrate on the lesson or would you concentrate on Lemieux, or would you just be confused in general? Let me know in the comment section. Here it says, I have an issue with Lemieux choosing to dress as a male because how he appears at school has become very disruptive to the school. Why does Lemieux choose to appear like he does at school when he dresses as a man in his personal time? That is an excellent question. The woke Halton District School Board has accommodated Lemieux's identity and defended the teacher's rights. The Toronto Sun reported board chair Margot Shuttleworth saying that protecting employees' quote-unquote gender rights is the stance of the school board because it is the stance that the school board is taking, and they are standing behind their teacher. Parents also claim that when Lemieux was working as a substitute teacher at another school after sustaining a foot injury, pupils were threatened with suspension for taking pictures or videos of the teacher in prosthetics and makeup. Attempts by the Post to speak with Lemieux have not been successful. It is not clear if they have taken any legal steps to identify as a woman. All right. So again, I think this is Lemieux right here in this skydiving thing. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. The changes in Lemieux's appearance have been profound, as Facebook images from 5 years ago show him with a full beard. Other pictures show him posing in muscle cars and indicate he used to own a rare DMC DeLorean car. It is not transphobic to demand Lemieux lose some of the cup size before teaching impressionable children, according to the submission of transgender woman Julia Malott at a special hearing of the Halton District School Board on Wednesday, held to debate whether a dress code for teachers should be enforced. Adults in our school are the role models for our children, and I would expect staff would present professionalism and decorum. This is at least as stringent as that which we enforce upon our students, Malott said at the school board meeting. So as long as the dress code does not explicitly require an individual to present an alignment with birth sex, there should arise no gender expression issues arising out of standards of professionalism. So I don't know what happened to the foot there, you know what I'm saying? But as you can see, this teacher's career is going downhill, being dragged by his tatas, you know what I'm saying? So now here it says the Post has obtained a section of Malott's submission that was censored by the school board, which suggests that Lemieux's Z-cup breasts are more commonly worn by female impersonators and sex workers than people transitioning. Okay. Malott wore her own set of 34 B-size silicone breasts for 6 months in the early stages of her transition while she awaited for hormone supplements to kick in. There are also breast forms that exaggerate neutral proportions and are used by the drag industry and sex workers. The censored section of the submission read, the distinction between these very different products is quite clear, and a well-written professionalism policy should have no difficulty distinguishing between the two. The Halton District School Board did not immediately return the Post's request for comments. All right. So what we're trying to figure out is why this individual dresses as a woman while he's at school teaching, and then when he goes home, he dresses as a man. If you ask me, that doesn't make any sense. But if it makes sense to you in the comment section, please help me understand. All right. So now there was actually a part 2 to this article, and what it says is Canadian teacher with size Z breasts, Kayla Lemieux, spectacularly claims that they're real. Okay. So now here it says students have been threatened with suspension if they photograph the trans teacher with size Z prosthetic breasts. All right. Canadian high school teacher who goes to work wearing size Z prosthetic breasts incredibly claimed that they're not fake and denied being the person photographed leaving home without them, but acknowledged she can't prove it. I'm not wearing prosthetic breasts. They are real, Kayla Lemieux told the Post during an exclusive interview on Saturday. Lemieux, who wore women's clothing with a blonde wig, makeup, and her enormous breasts, said she's not a transgender person, but she was born intersex. So I have no idea what intersex is. So if there's anybody in the comment section who knows what intersex is, if you'd like to explain it and leave this timestamp with your comment, that would be great. My condition is classified as gigantomastia. I've never heard anything of that nature. I've heard of gynomastia, but I've never heard of gigantomastia, which can also be referred to as macromastia or breast hypertrophy. Lemieux said during a sit down at a cafe in Burlington near Toronto. It's rare. There's no doubt it affects women on a very rare basis, but in my case, I believe, and my doctor thinks, because I have XX chromosomes as well, that it has something to do with it, and hormone sensitivity to estrogen has caused it. When pressed for proof, Lemieux, who spoke in a soft, high-pitched voice with a pronounced Canadian accent, said she's never received a formal diagnosis. So if she's never received a formal diagnosis, then that means that should be absent from her healthcare profile, right? So how is she saying that she has it? Lemieux also denied being the person who was photographed by the Post last week, driving out of her apartment building and walking on the sidewalk a short time later. Okay. That person, who was dressed in men's clothing and did not have breasts, bore a striking resemblance to the teacher and was identified by a neighbor as Lemieux. I can't tell you who that is because I don't want to bring anyone else into this. I don't want that person being thrown all over the media, but it wasn't me, Lemieux said. So now here's the thing, right? If these people are allowed to masquerade as two separate people in one body, living two separate lives, using that logic, she could possibly get away with that. She could possibly get away with that. So now here it says, this is who I am. This is how I look. You've been telling people in my building, but what they're telling you is harsh and untrue. I am always going to look the way that I am. Asked if her appearance ever differed from the way she looked at the time, Lemieux said, I guess if I took my wig off or took my makeup off. So she's not answering the questions, you know what I'm saying? Which kind of is very telling. But I would still have breasts. You can't hide them. People online making comments are basically body shaming, Lemieux said. So my thing is, I don't know if anybody's body shaming by saying that you're wearing prosthetics and you actually are. I don't know if that can be considered body shaming. You know what I'm saying? Lemieux has sparked worldwide controversy since photos and videos of her went viral last year, shortly after she began working as a shop teacher at Ontario's Oakview Trafalgar High School in September. The school has also been subjected to repeated bomb and gun threats, with targeted threats made against Lemieux and school officials. So now the thing is that because these parents are violent and animalistic with these bomb threats and violence threats against the school, it's now putting the students at risk. You know what I'm saying? Which, not to mention, if these parents are that outraged and willing to utilize violence against somebody because they're upsetting them at school, then the parents clearly have issues at home too. And I wouldn't be surprised if familicide ensues, but that's another issue for another day. Students have also repeatedly been threatened with suspension if they snap photos or shoot videos of Lemieux on school grounds. Lemieux told the Post that she began undergoing hormone therapy in 2021 and was, quote unquote, in transition. I identify as a woman, female, she, her, Lemieux said. When asked if the hormone therapy was responsible for the size of her breasts, she said, yes. My whole life, I've been identifying as a male. I've been looking like a male. When I decided to embrace this other side of me at around age 39, this presented itself, she said. So there should be some kind of scientific evidence to back up that when you, quote unquote, embrace being a female, all of a sudden your chest inflates like a balloon. Lemieux said that being intersex can mean different things to different people, but generally, as a male, you're born with XY chromosomes and women with XX chromosomes. Intersex people can have a mixture of these two different sets of chromosomes. It can be something they don't even know about. It can show up in other physical attributes at birth, so it can be more obvious or less obvious depending on that person, Lemieux said. The famed Cleveland Clinic describes gigantomastia, which Lemieux claims she has, as a rare condition that involves developing extremely large breasts due to excessive breast tissue growth, with only about 300 cases reported. So not only is it very rare, but it's rare in women. So as a individual who began life as a male and then transitioned into being a woman, it's very fascinating how this individual would somehow develop this rare condition. It affects people assigned female at birth. If you have gigantomastia, you'll experience rapid and disproportionate breast growth. The speed at which your breasts grow can vary from over a few weeks to over several years, according to the Cleveland Clinic's website. It can happen during puberty, pregnancy, or from taking medication. In some cases, it occurs spontaneously for no reason. So let me guess, in her case, it apparently happened spontaneously and for no reason. Photos and videos of Lemieux shot in school have shown her wearing tight clothing with large nipples protruding under the fabric of her top. Outraged parents demand that the Halton District School Board impose a dress code for teachers, which was initially rejected last year due to concerns about violating Ontario's quote-unquote human rights code. It's unbelievable. In January, the school board agreed to develop a policy requiring that teachers maintain an appropriate and professional appearance, but a Wednesday school board meeting erupted in raucous public complaints, according to the National Post. Cops were called after several board members left the room and one woman reportedly was ejected. Julia Malott, a transgender mom from Kitchener, Ontario, attended the meeting and spoke in favor of a dress code that would allow teachers to express themselves and their self-identified genders. But Malott, 32, told the Post that she was baffled by Lemieux's prosthetic breasts. I cannot fathom why someone would wear something that publicly sexualizes themselves in such a way, Malott said. What they are wearing is absolutely not appropriate for school. It is a fetish wear used in sex work and drag industry or people in their own houses who enjoy it. It is certainly not something I would want my daughter to see. Malott also said when you transition, your goal is to blend in to the extent that's possible. When someone wears such large prosthetic breasts, which captures international attention, that's what left many people's minds about the trans people in general. She said it doesn't cast a good light. Lemieux told the Post she would follow the direction of the board on what they mandated, but denied that she dressed in a provocative fashion. I don't think there's any problem with how I have dressed. It's the personal opinion of other people. I don't think I have dressed unprofessionally, she said. So let's take a consensus here. If you all think that she dressed unprofessionally, give me a thumbs up in the comment section. If you guys don't think that she dressed unprofessionally, give me a thumbs down. I am covered up in all these photographs that have been taken, and there were some comments in the fall about me wearing what they called bicycle shorts, and they said that was inappropriate. Okay. But if you look at those pictures, they come nearly to my knees. You could call them short leggings in a way. There are teachers wearing leggings to school all the time, she added. When asked about her prominent nipples, Lemieux declined to answer. Lemieux also said she was fit to be a school teacher and said she's never discussed my personal life in the classroom. The narrative is I look sexualized. That is a narrative that has been construed, she said. People are not really, in my opinion, sexualized. People look the way they look. They can't help it. You should embrace the way you are. You should be confident in the person you are. Lemieux added, if I had a low opinion of myself or if I didn't have such a wonderful self-image, I would have been crushed by everything that's going on in the media. But to me, it's just background noise. It's very annoying and a bit scary, actually, she said. When asked why she agreed to break her silence and speak publicly, Lemieux acknowledged that it, quote unquote, took some courage. I'm trying to show I am a person. I have feelings, and I'm trying to show people that I am human, she said. I'm not trying to win anybody over or get anybody on my side. People will believe whatever they want to believe. It's time to get my story out here. Representatives of Oakville Trafalgar High School, the Hilton District School Board, and the Ontario Education Ministry didn't immediately return requests for comment. All right. So my question is, this individual right here, take a good look at this picture right here. Would you be comfortable with your child going to school and getting instruction from that? How would you feel about that? Would you be comfortable about that? Would you have any questions? Would you need to talk to the administration at school about it? Me personally, I'm gonna just be 100% honest. I'd have a big problem with that, especially when I found out that that person is this person. Now I really got a problem with that, because why, when you get around kids, do you want to dress this particular way? But that's my opinion. Now it's time for you guys to give yours, so make sure you leave it in the comment section. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice, smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and I will catch you all on the next video. All right, peace.